Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hello there. I'm Richard Binks. As a family, we run the Silverdale Hotel, which is right up on the top of Morecambe Bay.
So what business sector are you in?
We're a pub with bedrooms, so I guess hospitality front line, really.
How did coronavirus affect your business?
Well, as you can imagine, when the government, Boris Johnson, announced that people needed to stay away from pubs, it was a massive hit to us. And then when that was followed up by the complete lockdown that we've been seeing now, it meant that in effect our business was ended overnight, really. The night we shut the pub for the last time, it was a feeling that we'd never ever expected to feel, before. It was very weird.
Oh. What help did you get?
It was brilliant, actually. First of all, I think after all the shock had settled in, Marston's, the brewery, were very proactive and helped us with quite a lot of questions that we had around rent and beer in the cellar, etc. And then it was amazing to see the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, announce the business support plans that they had in place. And whilst those plans took a little while to come through, and it was obviously hard work trying to find out how we could facilitate those plans ourselves, when we managed to start getting to speak to people in Lancaster City Council, it was clear that they were working really, really hard to deliver the promised support. And when the grant became available, we applied for it, and literally within 48 hours, the grant was delivered to our bank account. So we were very pleased to receive the larger of the two grants, which has helped us no end.
Excellent, good. How have you adapted your business or business model?
Well, that was a really difficult thing because, first of all, we questioned ourselves an awful lot. We initially thought that we were told as businesses we could open as a takeaway, which we thought we would do. However, then we were concerned morally with asking some of our staff to come in. Indeed, what we did was we furloughed all of our team so that they could be confident in the fact that their jobs were going to be there when they returned. So they were all there. We'd furloughed them, and it was a very difficult decision to think, well, if we were going to deliver a takeaway, we couldn't do that ourselves, and we would need some help. So we went through the moral dilemma of saying, is it safe to ask some of our staff to come in and help us? And we decided that we could do that if we kept it at a very low level. So we asked one of my team, my right-hand man in the kitchen, to come in and join me. We addressed social distancing in the kitchen, and we feel that we can maintain that within our environment very well. And we're fortunate in the fact that, there's a bathroom for him and there's a bathroom for me. So we really questioned ourselves to say that, was it possible and feasible to open a takeaway offering? And we did. And that was obviously not without its challenges, but it's going really, really well.
Good. Sounds like you put a lot of thought into it, which is great. Just going forward, what future plans can you see for your business?
Well, I think that's a really important question, because the business isn't going to open up as normal straight away, Andre. I think that when we finally start seeing the lockdown measures being released, I don't think, nobody really knows what's going to happen, but I don't think they're going to be released fully, and I don't think we'll go back to a normal world. So we're currently looking at the environment within the pub to say, can we put tables in a different environment, a different format, to allow people to still come and still maintain that social distancing within the pub. We do believe we can do it. It's not going to be without its challenges, but we do feel that the community can't wait for the pub to start coming back. I think by doing the takeaways, we've maintained that contact with our community, and they're really, really pleased and on board with what we're doing, and we feel like we've never lost touch with them. So it's important, as soon as we can start inviting them back, that we do it in a safe manner. So we're questioning menus, we're questioning how people will book, and we're also questioning our can facilitate it well. But you know, we realise that when we open again, it's not going to be in the same format for quite some time. So it's some interesting challenges ahead, I think, Andre.
And do you think you'll consider keeping the takeaway aspect on potentially if you be given permission long term?
I think that's a really good question. I never really wanted to do takeaway. I'd never considered it something that we could do. It always felt hard to maintain a takeaway offering alongside, you know, people sitting at tables. But I think there's been a clear design for it. I think particularly fish and chips on a Friday night seems to be something that everybody loves. And I think, yeah, I think that that's an important thing. So yeah, I think we've got to question ourselves as to whether we keep that going, and the answer is probably yes. I think obviously we need some help and support and advice on how we can do that properly on a long-term basis. But yeah, I think so.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time, Richard. Appreciate it. Cheers.
And thanks to everybody and all their hard work that they're putting in at Lancaster City Council.
Cheers.